Well, good evening, everybody. It's a pleasure to be back. George Morgan here at your service. It's PSGL. It's Wednesday night. It's Spain tonight as well. Lots on the table, lots of battling. The title contest is still alive and kicking. And Jack, it's only taken us 10 rounds. We're on the 11th. It's all to play for. Phenomenal race. Cameron Dowd looking to take P2 in his very first PSGL F1 PC race. Incredible to say the least. You see that Putin still second. DRS is the name.
Hello everyone, and welcome to PSGL F8 in season, what is this like, season 34. We are here for round 8, we're in Spa today, and finally, for the past 2 rounds, you've actually got commentators today. Myself and Cameron are back today. How are you, Cameron?
I'm very good, of course, like you said. It's a bit unfortunate that both of us haven't been able to do it, but now with the school years starting, I'm able to return you as well for hopefully the remainder of the season, so we can give F8 some commentators and some streams.
Yeah, hopefully we can. I'm going to apologise about the lag instantly. A slight issue with my CPU. It's not being able to handle the intro or some of the videos 100%. So if that fully lags, just let me know. I can refrain from using some of the videos if possible. But anyway, it is Spa today. Round 8. We are going to have 4 rounds after this. We go to Jeddah, we go to Mexico, and then rounds 11 and 12 we don't know. So we've got 5 rounds left though. We're just looking at your standings currently. Jesla leads 81 points after taking a win in Mexico, followed by Sam P2
Mexico?
in Mexico. Mexico's that's not Mexico. What is it called? Is it?
Italy.
It's Imola. It's Imola, isn't it? I can't read. Okay.
Yeah,
No one saw it.
I thought for a second you're saying Mexico, but Mexico's round 10. I was
Exactly. That's why I said it.
bit interested in what you were saying. But yeah, Jesler currently leads after a good result in Italy. I don't
Yeah.
know, was it Imola? Was it Monza?
Imola.
It was Imola. Okay, so Jesler leads, of course, like you said, on 81 points. It's then followed by pretty much who's been his championship rival this whole season is Sam in the McLaren on 65 points. So a whole race gap between Sam and Jesler. Jesler just needs to score somewhat consistent points, and he might be able to take the championship. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. Then P3
Definitely.
also quite comfortable. Is I'm waiting for it to pop back up because she keep on switching. P3 is BR4 in the AlphaTauri. Not race 2 races, but the races which he has done, he's got 4th, 3rd, 4th, and then 2 first places. So clearly he has the pace, it's just he's not always available, which isn't the greatest, I would say. As I'm just checking one thing, is BR4 racing today? BR4 is not racing today.
No, BR4 can't,
So
unfortunately.
unavailable again.
What is F8? F8 is the 8th tier on the PS side, at least. Second lowest, no assist tier, if you want that real meaning. Or if you want to go even further, Formula 8. But then, anyway, Jimmy and Vetsku have been doing very well, as I just want to point out. 36 points and 28 themselves. Vetsku's also not here, again. But we're hoping to get into this soon. We should be readying up currently. But just one thing to mention quickly, GT Omega, one of our, I think it is actually our primary sponsor. Obviously, there's also Chill Blast for PC F1. I think Virage as well was PC F1. I can't remember exactly if it's for the entire league or not. But you can use code PSGL at checkout for 5% off your entire order.
As I'm just looking through the rest of the stands, just trying to notice if there's any somewhat big drivers, as in like who's been doing well recently. And one name I have to point out is Jordan, who is now P6 after getting his second podium in the last race at Imola. Now puts Alpine, well, that should actually be P3 Alpine are. Because I don't know
Yeah,
if you see
I'm
the
not
graphic
exactly
or not.
sure.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw the graphic or not, but Alpine have 2 more points than McLaren, but are P4
Yeah.
still. But with that podium of Jordan, it manages to put Alpine ahead of the McLaren team now, which is quite interesting, because as we are readying up now, which is very good to
Yeah.
see. But yeah, interesting to see what happens. We've got a few of our top reserves here racing today. Felix,
Yeah.
not NLR Felix, sorry. Felix racing today.
He's left an hour after
Yes,
2.5 years.
Yeah, like like you said there, 2.5 years at the team. Now he's left. I think he's going to continue racing, but with a team currently no, in the future, maybe we'll have to see what he decides to do. However, I would
I'm
personally
pretty
say,
sure his
just knowing.
words were he was going to continue racing for himself only.
Yeah, I was gonna say, knowing Felix and being when, as people maybe don't know, I drove Frenelor but left, and I got recruited by Felix into the development team. And knowing Felix, I don't think he'll really join any other team. Being at a team for 2.5 years and
You
being
get
there
your
on
loyalty.
the the first week of the team being open to it opened April 2021. He was there the first week of April 2021, and he's been with
Yeah.
them ever since. I don't think he'll switch. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I guess we'll see what
We
happens.
never know.
'Cause,
But
yeah,
I will point out as well, CPI Bunty, who was meant to race today, has only just left the server, so he is no longer going to be racing with us. It is full wet here in Spa.
oh,
So we'll move over quickly.
Race with the fewest entries saw only 6 cars line up on the grid.
full.
This was the infamous 2005 US Grand Prix, which saw 14 cars pulled out of the
Yeah,
race
I'm
due
looking
to
at the
tyre
tires.
safety.
Wessel. I'm looking just at the tires.
Packed grandstands here today with thousands in
It is wet.
attendance, hoping to see their favourite drivers battle it out on track. Formula One is named as such because the participants agreed to a set of rules where the formula are the rules and the one referring to the fact that this is the top tier of motor races. Present since the very start of the sport, Ferrari takes the #1 spot for almost
I
all
don't know if you
constructor
hear, but
records in F1.
I'm listening on the
It's a team with the most world championships won,
There
most
is-
Grand Prix wins, most pole positions, and most race entries.
Listen to the stream. It's not.
Ferrari are the only team to have raced in every single.
Yeah,
the
George.
midfield season.
George.
The last time the constructor won a world championship was in
George is saying, I
1998.
haven't seen that loud. I've never heard him that loud before.
The Nürburgring is the only F1 track to have hosted 3 different races: the German Grand Prix, European Grand Prix, and Luxembourg Grand Prix.
Yeah. I mean, I was listening to it through the stream.
Yeah. And yeah,
It's still loud.
What?
It's no, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. But it is a it is a little loud. But I mean, it is what it is.
Anyway, first one out and try
It's a Wessie on enters.
Here, Motorrad.
You want to do a run through or? No problem. So going on to the main, you would be opening DRS here, but because it is wet, OSE will not be doing that. So into turn 1 of 19, it is a lock-up from OSE as he struggles under the conditions. Round turn 1 of La Source, and then heading up to probably one of the most iconic corners in F1 entirely. Turn 2 and turn 3 of Eau Rouge, which OSE has went severely wide. And then on turn 4 of Radion, and then what would be on the second DRS straight. Hmm?
George, problem. I've changed.
Okay, so OSE currently is on. Let me just get right. It's turn 9. No, turn 8, round Rivage, and then we'll be going on to Pouon, turn 10 and turn 11, which is going to go round right now. Somehow OSE hasn't validated this lap so far, although he's went off track many times. But I mean, is what is. He's driving. Around turn 12 and turn 13, he goes of Lefagnus is the name. And then round turn 14, he's braking quite early. He might have backed out with a slap, actually. I don't think he has, though. It's just... I mean, he's not using the ERS and he's not really pushing. Yeah, he has backed out of the slap. As I'm just trying to see, there's a Haas next. It's not Jakku, it's Jimmy on an outlap. Then it's an Alpine of Jordan. Yeah, Jordan. Jordan is on a lap, so I guess we can ride on board with Jordan now, potentially. So Jordan currently is going to be going around turn... Oh, as he has a moment actually slightly off track there, as I'm just trying to quickly get the notes up as he goes around turn 15 of Stavolo. That's the corner which you saw West. He crosses the line, but as a slow lap, round turn 17 of Blanchimont for Jordan, and then the final 2 corners, turn 18 and turn 19, the bus stops chicane. He drifts round turn 18, and he has to go round turn 19 very slowly and make sure not to bin it on the exit of the final corner across the line for Jordan, and it's going to be a 56.868 to start us off. There is yellow flags, and that is, I believe, Jack who spun at the very final corner, as there is then an Aston Martin of neck. Yeah, I saw he invalidated. As, actually,
Present since the very start of school for architects and number 1 spot for the most
and there goes Sam.
both pole positions, most races.
So
It's gonna be a case when can and when do you
Initially in a new set regulations, so it's entered turbo over
P1
V8 engines.
tenth and a half faster than
Along with these can integrate complex digital systems such as ERS. F1 will do the same throughout the decades in margin.
off, so I think
whistle too. Yeah, quite a few drivers have in fact backed out of the lap. As there goes Medge, even faster. First driver in the 55s. and it is on inters. So it'll be interesting to see if that means the track is drying up, the inters are better, or if it's just the inters are somewhat better than the wet right now on the wet track. I imagine the track, I mean, there's slight bits of rain, but it's not very, very heavy rain, and I think currently it's probably better in our conditions, and we might see some of the drivers like Jezar, Felix, and others deciding to, because of the track evolution of the track becoming much, much better. As I'm just trying to see one other thing, which I was going to say, is that Nick, we haven't given him much talk or much thought. This is Nick's first race in F8. He's a part of IRT, as he's actually
No,
finishing
it's
his
not.
lap now and sets 8 tenths
He raced
faster.
last week.
Oh, did he?
I swear you did. He raced in Imola. Is he an
Maybe.
incident with George, I think. Oh, not George. George, I'm sorry, I'm reading chat. No one heard anything. He had an incident with Jimmy last week. That's what it
yeah, he
was.
did
Sorry.
race. Sorry, you got P5 in Imola. Sorry.
I think you guys can hear me now.
Mistaken of my
I'm hoping
words.
it's fixed.
Sorry, I'm mistaken of my words, people. I am wrong. I apologize.
Like half the time, but it's fine. Can you guys hear me now though? Just confirm on that when possible. Because I tested all my audio settings and now it's not working. Can you hear me on stream? I'm not
Why
too sure.
is my microphone? Yeah, we can. But my
Can you hear me
microphone
now?
is so bad.
Yeah. I forgot that George raced in PSF8, guys. Sorry about that. The only reason your mic is bad because it's yours. But
What's
anyway,
that?
just trying to see who's on laps. So Wessel was 7 seconds up apparently, but that was on his previous best lap. He's only, I think, 6 tenths down now. Jordan's actually up by 1.4 seconds.
Sam is up by a second. Oh, never mind. He goes on the grass at the exit at turn 15. I literally jinxed that. Like, I said, he's a second faster, and then he near bends it in the wall. As Jordan, Alpine 1-2 right now. Jordan sits at 54-3, so we're seeing even 54s now. As Medj currently is not up going around Puon of turn 10 and turn 11. As I'm just showing this Lynx has went P5. Alpha Gully has left the session, which is not great. So hopefully, his car's glitched on the track. Why is his car reversing on the straight? That's interesting. And now his car is stuck, and now he got disqualified.
Oh, but he had just left the session, so I don't even know what just
He
happened,
just-
unfortunately.
His ghost literally just. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, unfortunate for Alpha Gully, but unfortunately we can't fix that. Blanco's on lap currently, going through the comp chicane on down to Raj. Had a good sector one time, and in towards no name now, getting it on throttle, up in the fifth gear, stays in fifth throughout the corner, gets back on to the power, down in towards Puon. Can he hold on to this lap and at least try to set a good one? It's his only lap currently he's been setting, as Jimmy goes in the P1, only 2 thousandths ahead of Jordan.
It's just to say they're saying no game audio. They want
I've
game
just
audio.
turned it off on purpose. I did say I cannot fix it, unfortunately. For some reason it will not, you can't hear it. There's nothing working.
As Felix has just binned it at Eau Rouge. Oh, it's unfortunate as. Oh my days. Even. Oh wow, okay. there's some problems, and even
Hey, what? I'm sorry.
Connor
Why
is
has
here.
the entire gang showed up? Now we've got Connor.
Connor's here. Yeah, is Danko. Whoa, that's a lap time from Danko. A
Oh yeah.
53.5.
8/10
That
currently.
is 8 tenths, and that, by the way, is as a reserve driver in the
Yeah,
Ferrari.
exactly. But we're now looking to see Stelios winding through Blanchimont. Get a good time
Okay,
in
my
like
microphone
his
is not
current
that.
teammate.
Okay,
I think
it's
he's
good to
actually
hear that my
backed off.
microphone is. Yeah, yeah, he's re-going again. He takes the last corner with
It's still gonna
more
be a lap
speed,
time, which is
so he can.
P10.
Yeah, but he's now going on probably what he hopes to be his main lap, I would imagine, because he done the. If you watched his corner, if you watched his speed out of the last few corners, you would have thought that he took the different racing line as he goes through Eau Rouge. He does it very nicely indeed, and then round turn 4 as Jesler sets an even faster lap time. Our current championship leader goes into P1, a 53.1. It's going to put him just under 3 tenths. No, just under 4 tenths. Sorry, just under 4 tenths ahead of Danko, who currently sits P2. Danko, however, is up half a second. Danko right now could be on for a 52 on back-to-back laps on the same intermediate tyre as he
Or is
goes
he
around
gonna
the last two
pit?
corners now. The bus stop chicane. He is pitting.
He was out of fuel. I only just noticed that as soon as you're going to into the bus stop skiing. But Jazz though is 2.3 tenths up currently, first sector, and is looking for a 52, and looking to be a 52.9 at the moment. So
I'm just watching right now. Sem, who, of course, if anyone who hasn't kept up to date with F8 or is just watching F8 for the first time now, Sem currently P2 in the championship. There's a 16-point gap lead, as that was a Williams so close to blocking Sem in his lap. That was Nerazinho.
Narcinho, I don't know if it was
Sem,
Narcinho or Abel, but anyway.
yeah, no,
I'm going to quickly
Abel's
jump on to
just came out the
Jazz.
pits.
He is 8.6 tenths up. This is looking to be, I want to say, a 0.3 currently. If he can nail the final chicane, he's got a Haas in front of him. Is it Jimmy or is it Jacko? I'm not too sure. As Furheim goes to 52.7. Jesler pits after being 8 tenths up. We're going to jump on board to
I've got to say
Sem very
Sem.
quickly.
I've been riding on board with him. He was 2 seconds up on his lap time in the second sector, so it could be a very
Across
good lap
the
time.
line.
And
Yes, it is. 53.7 on the dot.
on the dot. That puts him, of course, 66,000 ahead of Furheim. As I'm just trying to see, is anyone else on lap? Nerzinho starting OSA, currently going round Puon. As this track
8.5
is
tenths up. I
drying
think,
up, I
has he
believe.
backed off? He's backed off, and I think he's just
Yeah.
blocked someone. Actually, no, Abel was on
No,
an
Abel
out.
on an outlap.
Yep,
Yeah,
I
so
just realised in the end.
all good.
Who else is on a lap currently? Is it Jakku? I think Jakku is on one, going into Ravage. I can't tell currently, because many people are going round. I'm not too sure if they're backing off or not, but we're into the final 2 minutes of the session. We are just hoping to see. I'm hoping to see a 52.3.
I think
I
we
would
might
say
even go 51s.
potential. Yes,
I,
definitely.
I think this track is gonna become so much better. I'm just watching Sem, for example. Sem currently, I believe, staying out on another lap time. Of course, he currently sits on provisional pole position, currently P2 in the championship. He's not invalidated on his lap, and he's just crossing the sector 2 line now, and he's currently 7 tenths up on his lap time, which is going to put him in a 51. So I think, potentially, if he can pull more time in this last sector, Sem, of course, will do another lap after this, if he has enough fuel,
Furheim.
as there's Furheim with a 52.1.
He's already beaten my
9.3,
prediction
but
then.
Sem.
It's gone out the window.
Yeah, he's already beat it. But then here comes
Shaku
Sem
P3.
round the bus stop chicane. Is Sem going to be able to get a 51? He had a little moment. However,
It's a
across the line, it's a
51.8.
51.8.
Almost got
It's
those
a
9/10
brilliant
improved,
lap.
but it's a very, very good lap.
Jakku P3, we didn't see that.
Yeah, I did. I got onto it. He was
Oh,
in
Jordan.
the 56s before.
Ooh.
Jordan, provisional pole. Currently, Jimmy's just gone and set fastest sector 1.
Lynx up into
Lynx
P4. There's an
P4.
Alpine next. It's then his teammate on
Medj.
Medj beating Jordan. Then an Aston.
Everyone's getting
It's
these
Nick.
laps.
Well, it's better now because they can do one more lap and they can be the final drivers to
I think
finish
Jesler's going to be
their
the
lap
last one.
times. No, it's going to be well, Jessler isn't even going to be able to finish start a lap. I think. Yeah,
He's run out of
not been able to
time.
do one.
Checker flag has fallen. Jesler is starting at maximum P8. So now we're going to jump down on to Abel. He was 3 seconds up in the second sector through the bus stop chicane for one final time to finish off his qualifying session. Where is it going to be? P6 for him, a 52.3. OSE goes P5. We're looking for a Haas currently. I think it's Jimmy. He's invalidated. P12 at max for him. It's Stelios next. I didn't see his improvement in sector 2, but through into... Oh! That is a slide and a half for Stelios. Losing the rear end completely. It's still going to be an improvement. Into P7, not a bad one for him. As Jakku goes on to provisional pole, we're waiting for Sam.
Here comes Sam.
6/10 up.
It's
second sector. Where's it going to be? It's going to be pole position at least for now. We still have some drivers left across the line. Wessel next. 3.5 seconds up across the line. Is he going to be able to improve enough? No, he won't. It's only P5 for him. Jordan goes in to P2 as Danko goes to P1. It's a 50.5 winning for Medj next. 6/10 up. Where does he go? It is pole position for Medj at the moment. Is it Nick or Furheim next? Furheim's last. Actually, never mind. It's Narcino. Narcino 5 seconds up. I don't think it's going to be enough to take the pole position. At the moment, it's Medj from Danko from Jordan. It's going to be Narcino in P4 though. It is not a bad lap to round it off.
Wow, so that ended the qualifying session just because of the track conditions ramping up means Edge is going to be our surprise pole position sitter, with then Danko, the reserve driver, in P2, followed by the other Swedish Alpine driver of Jordan in P3. Look at the gaps too. 600ths between the top three in some very, very interesting conditions. Of course, like we saw at the end there, Nerazinho went into P4, the Williams driver. He, I believe, hasn't even scored a single point this season. I might be wrong with that though, but Nerazinho, I'm pretty sure he hasn't scored a single point.
We can take a look in a sec, but I'm just going to scroll down to get all the results. Yep. Sam's P5, Jesler's P14.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Wow. So, Sam P5 and Jesler P14. The championship could look a lot different, potentially.
Yeah, so we're going to look at the standings very quickly. You see the standings. You said Narcino didn't score a point. He has 11 currently.
Oh, I'm thinking of the wrong driver. Sorry, Narcino. I'm getting you mixed up with... Bear with, because I need to find this, because it'll annoy me when I forget which driver. Lynx, that's who I'm thinking of. The Mercedes
Lynx,
driver.
yeah, his best result a P14, which was... He got it in Brazil. Yeah, but as you see... We're hoping to have my game audio fixed. Is it working? I think that's only showing Tannoy at the moment. Can you check the stream for me, please? I don't want to open it up on my phone because it'll be very loud, not gonna lie.
Currently hear nothing. Might be wrong.
I just turned it back on. I think it's only Tannoy.
I mean, well, I don't hear anything right now through the game because we're waiting for the race to start. However, looking at the conditions, it looks dry,
It looks
but
fully dry.
the top
I don't think
left
we
is
get.
a bit
Yeah.
cloudy.
I was gonna say I don't
It's a bit
think we'll get
cloudy.
rain, but it is slightly cloudy. I'm hoping for
As
game audio. Honestly, I'm hoping it fixes itself.
as we should be underway very, very soon.
Are we
I'm
meant to have
just
information
hoping.
up or not? I don't remember.
Uh, I don't think we do.
I can check quickly if I can.
As here
It's
are the
one light,
lights anyway.
two,
We don't have
three, four,
information that.
5 red lights are on here in Spa. And it's Pedal as we go racing here in Belgium. Go, go, go. Medj has got a good start ahead of Danko in towards turn 1. Jordan as well, trying to take that position off now Senior, who just got ahead on the start. But down in towards Rouge and Varion. Danko closing in behind Medj. Up in towards Varion now. He's got the exit, but has he got a track on the warning there? Seems like he just went over it slightly. He's getting the move done in towards the chicane as Jordan does a 2-for-1 move round it's at the inside line as Danko gets back in that P2 spot. Medj and Jordan swapping positions in towards the little chicane as Jimmy, I think, is spun round the back. Unfortunate for him, but we're looking at Medj
Vincent was
trying to
able.
get back at Danko currently. There's still more battles going on. Link's getting past Wessel in towards No Name. Sam holding his ground currently. Will he be able to pick up more positions as well as Jesla? Has only picked up 2 so far. This could be a championship battle that goes to the final race. I'll hold up the tires for a second, but Danko staying within 4 tenths.
As I just wanted to mention, incident with Jimmy is with the Williams driver of Abel. Also, something which was interesting at the start too. Jordan ran through his ERS at the start. I think it was maybe a strategical plan to try get Jordan to the lead because Danko is on the soft tyres and he's trying to look for a move now past Jordan for the lead of the race, going into the bus stop chicane of all places looking for a move, as Danko is trying to attempt the switchback and get the better racing line into turn 1. Is he going to be able to do it? Not using ERS, he might have a look on the inside. However, thinks better of it, and he is going to stay behind for now into turn 1, as he's now using ERS on the run up to Eau Rouge. He's trying to get a good exit, trying to think ahead, get a good exit. He's had to brake because Jordan's going so slow through the corner. And here goes Danko trying to take the outside line, trying to get past Jordan. It's ERS versus ERS, but of course the tyre advantage will come into place as Danko is ahead. It's Danko on the softs, the reserve driver, up into the lead of the race.
Yeah, Danko getting up into the lead of the race now. Jordan having to hold into P2. While Medj is sitting in P3. Now Senior holding his ground in P4 currently. No other moves currently seeing down the field. I really do apologise for the game audio, everyone. I tested it before the stream and it did not work. It worked fine for me, but I don't know what happened anymore. I really do apologise for this. I know it might be hard to watch the stream now, but I really do apologise. Especially Jess, I know you have to watch this as well back later.
As I'm just watching what's happened to Jesler, because all of a sudden he's 3 seconds behind everyone, and I'm not sure if it was an incident with maybe Stelius. I don't think the hards are going to be that much of a drop off compared to the medium and soft competent tires, especially when Jesler has run through 65% of his ERS. He's ran through quite a lot compared to the drivers ahead, like Alpha Gully, who hasn't ran through anything. And that's actually Furheim off the track, potentially maybe contact with his teammate, as the Aston Martin teammates are going to go side by side. But there's Alpha Gully sending it and making it 4 wide, and Wessel has unfortunately been collected in that incident, and Alpha Gully is going to get a double move on Nick and Wessel. It's maybe not the cleanest of moves which we've saw in F8 this season, but Alpha Gully now going to use the advantage of Furheim not having any DRS and Alpha Gully on the softs is going to fly past and up into P9, with now Alpha Gully having to catch 2.3 seconds to Lynx, who currently is on a contention to possibly score his first points of the season in round 8.
Yeah, 8 rounds in and no points on the board, with the best result being a P14 currently, and actually counting his 15th in the fastest lap. But Furheim's still over all the rear end of Alpha Gully. Lynx, he's just fallen out of that DRS range, but at the moment it seems likely for his first points. I'm just
Yeah, well,
gonna
I mean, it's looking
pull it
good
back
right
up.
now. He's slightly struggling, like you said, trying to stay in the DRS range. And Alpha Gully has already gained a second on Lynx, so clearly Lynx is struggling a lot, and the drivers behind, like Alpha Gully and Furheim, and potentially even Wessel and Nick could join him. However, Wessel is struggling himself, and now has Nick trying to look and to get past him through Stavolo and Blanchamon as they fight through turn 17 now, and Nick is going to look for a move, potentially into the bus stop chicane. It's weaving defence in from Wessel, and it's going to be the X and IRT driver trying to go side by side. But Wessel makes a dive into the pit lane, and Nick, all of a sudden, is going to have a moment on the corner, and through goes Jesler, who gets the 2 moves done. I mean, Wessel went into the pit lane, but Jesler with a switchback from Nick's moment in the last corner, and Jesler is now up into P11, who will now look to try score some points to keep his championship battle alive, as of course we have 4 rounds left, as there's a move between the teammates up ahead. Medj and
Yeah,
Jordan make a switch.
into Lacombe chicane. I think it's because of pace difference, if I'm being honest here. As Med sitting around 5 tenths behind Danko at the moment, not able to close in enough to try to go for a move yet. But I also need to
I think
defend from Narcino behind.
I think the reason the switch, I'm just looking here at some data. Medj has a lot more ERS than Jordan. I think they've done the strategical switch of Jordan was burning his ERS, now they drop behind, and they're going to do a rotational switch if they can. Medj is now in P2. Medj is on 90%. Jordan was on 40. So there's a clear difference there, and maybe that's the reason for their switch, so that now someone like Medj can use this slipstream from
He's
Danko
just had the
and
lift.
ERS if need be to try get the move, as I imagine he'll wait to try get DRS into turn 1. Yes, he is. And this is now causing a massive train from P8 all the way to P1.
Yeah, he's trying to go for it round the outside of the source, not able to
Same.
hold on to it yet, but I think there's a little bit of contact between him and his teammate just behind, but we're heading down in towards Rouge now. It's going to be a question of can he get it on in towards Lacombe chicane on the camel straight with the DRS. ERS also being used. He's going to go for it, but can Danko
As here
hold
goes
on to it
Jordan.
maybe? Jordan's also going for it. Is it going to be enough though? Because Danko outbreaks him as he locks the
He
rears
goes.
and has to go over the curb. Doesn't get a 3 second time penalty, thankfully. Unlike Nicholas Longo, PCF1. But Danko losing another position now to Sam in towards Ravage, holding that line. It's not going to be good enough. Wind the outside, no name, not possible there. And he's almost on the P6 within, what, 5 corners, I want to say?
Yeah, barely anything, and just that Danko slips down. Of course, it was a bit of side-by-side battling with Narazinho, because of course with Danko having to rejoin the track, trying to do it safely. I mean, it wasn't the greatest. He was forced slightly off track by Narazinho, but I mean, it is what it is. It can be reported, and we'll wait for that as Nerzinho does run wide, and that definitely could be a warning. And now he's having to burn his ERS because he's very close to falling out of the DRS range of the 2 Alpine drivers ahead, with both Swedish drivers currently running a 1-2 in the same team, definitely working together and definitely trying to play the strategical game here, working together and trying to just benefit each other and keep a somewhat substantial gap to the drivers behind, like Nerzinho, Sem, and also Danko. Of course, Danko being on the softs, his tyres will be starting to degrade, as the softs can normally last around 10 laps is the longest they can really last. It's better if you do 9 laps on them. The question is he going to do soft hard or soft medium? We'll have to wait and find out in 3 to maybe 4 laps time.
Well, whatever strategy he does go for, it is possible to do them all. He could go to hards, he could go to mediums, depending on what lap he pits, but it is all possible. We're
As the
seeing a
Aston Martin
wide
teammates
range
have
of
just
them.
switched. Yeah, the Aston Martin teammates have just switched for him and Nick. Of course, Nick is a reserve, so they're technically not actual teammates, which is why we have saw both of these drivers battling so far today. But Frahheim does get past with, of course, the DRS advantage down the Kemmel straight. So it'll now just be interesting to see what is going to happen, because of course it's still a top 8 DRS train, as Abel down in P14 picks up a 3-second time penalty, the second driver to do so today, after Wessel has done so, with, like I was saying, top 8 still being a DRS train. OSA sitting in a very nice position right now. The top 8 all being mediums, of course, except for Danko, who is somewhat struggling now. He's not keeping up with the drivers in front. The gap is extending. It is now up to 7 tenths. Of course, into turn 1, he can brake a bit later, gain a bit of time, as he's now right over the rear of Sem, who, of course, sits P2 in the championship, is looking to gain as much as an advantage as he can to catch Jesler in the championship with 4 rounds to go. And yeah, the Alpine drivers looking very dominant right now.
Yeah, definitely. Holding their ground 1-2. Now, Asenio being in a very good spot as well. Currently, Sam would outscore his rival by 8 points, but Jesler is closing in as the two Alpine teammates are going to swap into the Lecomte chicane again. Is this because of battery? No, it's not even because of battery. I think it's because of overall pace.
Yeah, well, I mean, when we look at the different levels, is that's actually Nick and Jesler fighting there. I've just quickly saw the position switch, and I saw a little bit of contact between the two, and there's going to be more contact as Nick trying to re-overtake Jesler after, like I said, a little bit of contact through turn 6 and turn 7 on Malmedy. But Jesler has passed up into the points. Maybe a controversial move, I'm not so sure. But just looking through the field trying to see if there's any other moves happening. Danko is close to Sem. He is a 2.5 tenth gap to Sem ahead. He is closing in, and soon he will have to pit. But when is he going to pit is the question, because if he's going the hard strategy, you want to be in earlier. If you're doing soft medium, you want to try last the softs as long as you can. And with him being in the lead and having to push his tyres as much as he did, my guess is that Danko is going soft hard. But of course, we'll have to wait and see in a few laps' time when he does decide to pit.
Yeah, definitely. I would probably assume he's going mediums with this pace at the moment. It should be doable, as there's always going to be. Well, you can go all tires in reality, because you see, we've got drivers in hards, we've got drivers in mediums, we've also got drivers in softs. So all tire options are available. As now Senior closing in with DRS.
Yeah, there's a switch.
I think this is like a box-in strategy there, as I've just seen Jacko go very wide over the Lecomte chicane as Oesi takes his place. This would be Oesi's first, not his first points, but he's getting more points, I would say. Up in the P6 currently, so are we going to see two people who haven't really scored points this season get points? As in OSE and Lynx, or are we going to see the normal ones getting their points? Madge, Jordan, Sam, all those lot currently.
Yeah, well, I mean, on the DRS straight, Nurazinho was using a slight bit of ERS, so we did see the Alpine switch which is, of course, looking at the ERS levels, it's their strategical play, which I talked about earlier when Danko was in the lead. Now that Jordan has been running through his ERS to keep the lead, they now switch with Medj having been on 40%, now up to 75%. He's now retaking the lead. With Jordan having used around 50 or 60%, he's now down at 30. And I imagine they're just going to keep on repeating this cycle and not letting anyone pass behind, like Nerzinho, who is on similar levels to Medj. But Jordan is, of course, going to be slightly under pressure with him now being only on 35% ERA compared to Nerzinho on 60. Sem behind, by the way. I just want to note that Sem is nearly on 100%. He is not using whatsoever. It's actually just me saying that. He is slightly using now. He's trying to catch back up. May look for moves soon. But yeah, 90% for Sem. He's just saving. He's not even wanting to use. He pulls out the slipstream too, as there is a switch again for the lead. So they're doing a strategical play here. Nerzinho gets close, they make the switch. That seems to be the common occurrence right now between these two Alpine drivers, but it is very good to see teamwork between these two drivers though in F8, as that was Jessler just making a move there up into P9 past Furheim. 2.5 seconds to gain to Lynx in P8.
Yeah, so currently, Jezza's only been outscored by 6 points, which could have an effect onto the championship, but not as big as an effect, because Jezza's getting 3 points. Currently, Sam's getting 8, so that's only a gap of 6, which shouldn't really change it too much.
Yeah, I just want to mention this, by the way. We have never really seen this kind of racing. When have we seen a top 7 DRS train? Because we haven't saw this as common occurrence. It's actually Jakku's trying to look on a move on Oesi, down into the bus stop chicane. He's trying to get the move done. There was a slight bit of contact. Oesi, however, going to dive in the pits.
I think he just
hits the wall on entry.
Yeah.
Nerzinho's also in.
They're
So
in before
that's going to be
Danko.
hard tyres. That will be an undercut for Nerzinho and Oesi, and yeah, hard tyres for both of them.
It's a box to overtake, I think.
Yeah, that is definitely what it is. As I can guarantee one of the Alpines will be in this lap to cover him off. Because
Yeah.
undercut is powerful.
Oh, definitely. It's Sam. He's trying for the move. He's just not that close just yet, but Furheim has gotten back ahead of Jesler now.
Yeah, the DRS assist has helped him get past the championship leader yet again. As of course, I'm just watching to see where Nerzinho and Oesi are. Nerzinho is pushing these tires to the absolute limits right now. I'm riding on board with him, and he is doing absolutely anything to gain time on Oesi because, of course, Nerzinho was what P3 and Oesi was fighting for P5 fighting for P6 with Jakku.
P6, yeah.
So yeah, so a 2.8 second gap now. Nerzinho's gained nearly a second on him already. So clearly Nerzinho pushing these tyres. Of course, it's a crucial outlap because one of the Alpines will definitely pit this lap to try cover him off. Sem, all over the rear of Jordan, by the way, may look for a move. Decides to stay back though,
pushing him through.
entering the pit lane. Neither of the Alpines, but Sem is. So is Danko, so is Jakku.
Jakku's in. They're all going to be boxing. I want to take a shot in the dark. One of the Alpines is going to go softs.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think both of them.
I don't think both will. I think only one will. Splitting the strategy, maybe. I'm not sure though.
As I'm just seeing Nerzinho going around the first corner now, whereas Sem is only just exiting now. So yeah, look at that gap. Sem will not be getting DRS. He's just fallen short. So that outlap from Nerzinho has proven crucial because now Nerzinho, well, with the Alpine drivers who are going to be pitting, I think potentially Nerzinho might take the race lead. Of course, we will have to wait and see what strategy the Alpine drivers are going to go, including also Lynx, Jesler, and Stelius, who are both who the three of them are still out. Jessler Stellis, of course, being on the older hard company tires, the only drivers who started this race on the hard tires. Now Nerazinho having a 1.8 second gap to Sem. Nerazinho is looking very, very good today.
Oh, definitely.
Potentially win. Potentially.
Yes. The pit loss time is 18.8 seconds, roughly. You have to overtake. If you're a little bit slower into the pit lane, you miss your braking point slightly, downshift too late, you know. So give or take 19 seconds, right? The current gap from leader is about 15 seconds.
Yes, that's there. By the way, just to quickly mention, Nerazinho overtaking Stellius. Stellius on the old tires, by the way. So that's
Yeah.
just showing the pace difference. He's got past him around turn 16 to turn 17 of
Blanchimont.
Blanchimont as Jeslar on 10 lap old hard, 11 lap old hards is in the pit lane. Both Alpines stay out, Link stays out. I'm telling you, both of these Alpines are going softs.
There's no way you'd stay out this long if you're going to go hards now. Because you need to
Yeah,
remember,
because the strategy,
everyone
optimal
has new
strategy.
softs.
How? Oh yeah, because of the
Wet qualifying.
That is true. So that's why they're going this long, because they know their softs are going to be fresh.
Yeah.
So then,
Which is why I
therefore,
think Danko started on them.
that's actually a fair point, yeah, because they're all fresh. So why not use them at the start and gain an advantage, gain a few positions? It's
Why not get
actually
them out of
just
the
talking
way?
about Danko. He
That's
gets a
not
3-second
great.
time penalty. He's got a 3-second gap to Jakku currently, and with him being on mediums, yeah,
He
Danko,
can
by the way,
push on a
has
little
done
bit
soft
more.
medium. He has done soft medium, as he's
Yeah.
nearly made contact with Sem around No Name. It was very, very close. And by the way, just saying this, Sem's in a Ferrari sandwich, and he's slowing down a lot from Stellis. Stellis is doing God's work here for Danko, who Danko's not going to go side by side with Sem, and he's being let through by his teammate of Stellius. It's brilliant defending from Stellius, who manages to get his teammate past Sem, and now Danko can aim for Nerazinho, and he's going to drain his ERS, I imagine, with a 1.4 second gap. He might try look for DRS. I don't think he will, though. Looking to the front, both Alpines stay out. Lynx is in. So we see Lynx in, and it'll be crucial to see where he comes out, and also, is it softs or hards for the Mercedes driver? And if we see,
Has to be
it
softs
is
now.
the
Has to be
soft
softs.
compound of tires.
There's no way you'd be going hards
So-
now. The only reason I would say you go hards is because you've got no softs left. But we all know they have softs because it was wet qualifying. Tristan saying track position is better here, depending on safety cars. But with F8 currently, we've been getting none. I really do apologise for the notifications. I can't get rid of them unless I want to turn them all off.
So Awesi and Jakku make a switch. Awesi's up into P6. Awesi's a P7 last weekend, I'm pretty sure. Last week, I'm pretty sure. And then Awesi currently P6. He's looking very good right now. And by the way, just wanted to mention this. While I've got the... I know you can't see my POV, but I've got the leader gap. With the pit lane time, the pit loss time being around 18 seconds, currently, the Alpines could be coming out behind Jakku.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Which is going to drop them far.
Yeah. Behind Jakku, give or take 6th and 7th.
Oh, as Lynx picks up a time penalty, and that's going to be unfortunate because, of course, he's on the softs. As looking ahead, one of them is in. Jordan is the first driver to make the stop of the Alpine teammates. Of course, it will be softs, and this will be a little eye-opener for Medj, who will now be able to see where he could potentially be coming out as Medj. I just wanted to say this. Jordan was the one with the less ERS. Medj is now draining his ERS. So clearly, they've been talking about who was going to pit, and they've decided Jordan with the less ERS, and there goes Jakku, and there goes Jordan just out. It's right behind. Oh! It's a VSC!
VSC. I'm actually gonna go turn my notifications off. I will be back
Oh
in 1
no,
second. I just want to
the
prevent this.
VSC is out. VSC ended, let me back on.
It's still done, don't worry. Sorry about that, everyone. I was told to reload my game. I couldn't do it
So-
any part of the time. It's trying to load in now. I'm sorry about this.
Okay, so everyone can listen to my voice. The VSC has just ended. Abel at the back of the grid got a drive-through penalty. Medj has just pitted, but the VSC has ended at the worst timing possible, I think, for Medj, because Medj is going to drop potentially to P9 now, because Furheim and Jesler are just going around the first corner now, and Medj has only just came at the pits. Medj is P7, Jordan has got past Jakku, but now the Alpine drivers have got to do one of the biggest charges I've ever saw to catch back up to the front of the field, because there's like a 5-second gap. Yeah, Jordan's got a 5.4-second gap to gain. Medj has 7.5 seconds to get. So this is going to be a massive end to the race, because of course right now Nerzinho is leading the race. Danko, of course, is technically leading the race, but with that 2-second time penalty, it isn't means he will drop to P3. Sem, all over the back of Nerzinho, will definitely look for a move soon, I imagine. Of course, he's on fresher hards by 1 lap, but then at the same time, Sem might play a strategical game and try to defend off Jordan. It's a Wessie! Picks
That's
up a
not
2-second time
great.
penalty. It's a heartbreak for the Red Bull driver, who's looking to try to score some decent points today for the second time this season. And yeah,
Yeah.
that's going to drop him back quite a few positions.
Is anyone left to pit still? No, everyone has pit at least once currently, all within either between currently 0 lap old and 5
Here
lap
goes
old
Jakku.
hards.
Jakku's lifting Sem in there. Zinho, I said about
Yeah,
Sem looking for a move.
Sem.
Sem goes past.
Sem's gonna push on. He's got hards that aren't as one.
Jakku is doing brilliant defending right now against Medj. He's trying to look for a move on Oesi, but at the same time defending from Medj. However, here goes Medj on the inside of turn 1. It's close to Oesi too. However, he's going to keep it clean through Lasaurus. And is it going to be moved done? No, it's not, because Jakku and Medj are going to be side by side. However, Medj is past, and it is before Rouge, thankfully. And Medj now up into P6, will be P5 with Oesi's time penalty, and he's fully burning his ERS. I imagine look for a move here on the Messi too. Yes, he is. Jakku too. Jakku might look for a move on Medj. He's at the left. It was very close, but Medj manages to get past. Alpines are now P4, P5 with Jordan on the hot tail of Nerzinho behind.
He's got a 1.5 second gap currently. It's falling down by tenths
Second already.
every second it updates. It's falling down by tenths. It was just 7 tenths he's just gained currently. It's the softs versus the hards. He is going to gain like crazy. But Danko's also pushing on.
Nice.
He has a 3-second, but he's still going to push on to try to get his best result, I think, currently this season. But
I just wanted to say the Red Bulls
yeah,
made a switch. Jesler, I know SA, they made a switch. Jesler, of course, being on the fresher mediums. That's a bin at the last corner. That's Felix around again. Maybe VSC as Jordan is looking
Doesn't
for.
seem
I've got a
like
beautiful
it.
helicopter cam into the bus stop chicane, and Jordan is up into the podium positions. Now looking down Sem for the lead of this race, technically, because of the Danko time penalty.
So it's now going to be a case of full push.
As here goes Jordan, I'm just looking to see through Rouge to go turn 2 and turn 3, of course, and opening up the DRS. Sem with no DRS, Jordan with DRS, a slight bit of ERS. Is he going to get the move done into the turn 5 of Lecom? Is he? Yes, he is. Jordan is up into P2, which inevitably will be the lead of the race because of Danko's time penalty. And Jordan has now managed to go from, what was it, P6, I believe, when the
P6,
VSC
yeah.
came out, P6 to now P2, which will end up being P1. But I don't think Jordan's just going to hang behind Danko. He'll want the win on track, I imagine, on these softs.
Oh, definitely. You do not want to just hang about at the back behind a car who has a penalty. You always want to get that win done on the track, as in towards the end of Sector 2, that gap is currently, it was 6 tenths when they crossed the line. What is it going to be when they get to Blanchimont? It is closing down 4.5 tenths now, closing even more. It's reached that 4 tenth mark, so 2 tenths in, well, it's not even a straight, it's more of a bend, if you really think about it. It's down to 3 tenths, and he is just sitting behind now and waiting for the DRS. 4 tenths is less than 2.5 tenths. He's gonna go for the move in towards turn 1. He won't actually. He'll back off, but he'll take a closer line because Danko goes straight on. And I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but that was an easy overtake for Jordan, just taking the inside line.
Yeah, a brilliant move from Jordan. Of course, it was a bit unfortunate with Danko's moment.
Felix is
That's
out.
Felix spinning on track, and it's a VSC, and Danko overtook Jordan on the
Did
Kemmel
he?
straight, and now Danko's going to have the lead with this VSC. It could turn safety car,
I don't
and this
think it
would
will.
be. I mean, we never know with the game, so we just have to wait a few seconds, I imagine.
Car's already gone. I think it's just going to stay. Unless another crash happens, which we hope not, obviously. But I don't think it's going to change. Jimmy's taking this opportunity to pit. He was only on 3 lap old softs. I don't know what he's going on to now. Probably another set of
He'll take the
softs.
fastest lap.
Yeah,
So nobody
potentially.
can-
What is fastest lap currently and who has it?
Oh,
Oh, Jimmy's actually retiring. But I want to know who still has it. Fastest lap currently held by Jordan with a 42. He
yeah,
is
so,
the
I
only
mean,
one in the 42s.
Jordan could take fastest lap and a win here, which would be very
You'd
good
call
for
it a
the
Grand
Alpine
Slam,
driver.
but he hasn't
I,
really.
I did say, by the way, remember I said Jordan done good last week, getting P3, and now look
Yeah.
at him. He's currently leading the race technically with this time penalty at ankle.
Yeah,
As
definitely.
I just wanted to, but just before the VSC2, so just before you talk, that's a SPAC underway as Jordan is over the rear of Danko. Just wanted to mention one quick thing: is Jordan might look for a move. No, he's not. One quick thing: Medj was in the DRS range of Sam and Nerzinho. He's now fallen out of it again with the VSC restart. So we'll have to wait and
It's
see if
not
Medj can
great.
get in that second gap, which he has. So he might get it.
He's going to get it down the camel straight, but we were just looking at Jordan and Danko. This battle still continues. Lap 19 of 22, 3 more to go after this one. I think Furham and Jack are also switching positions on the exit of Lasource, but on the exit of Radion, it is going to be DRS on, or DS Open, overtake on, and down at the Camel Straight, an easy overtake with the DRS, and he has gone ahead of Danko into the lead on the track.
Oh, Nerzinho's bend it. He's in the wall. And now he's riding on board. He made the overtake on Sam, but it's a heartbreak for the Williams driver. It was
It's
such a
absolute
good race,
heartbreak.
but he breaks his wing completely. And now he's gonna fall down so many positions. Derek Frugal's the Wessie, and yeah, he's just off track completely. He's rejoining
It's
somewhat
over, unfortunately.
safely. Lynx might look for the move. Wow,
He's
that's an
done it
audacious move.
in... Wow.
Down
He's
the
done it in
inside, the
full
pull
on.
on.
I know he's got
I
frontline
never-
damage, but that was a good move. That was a good
Yeah.
move.
Down the inside of pull on. You don't regularly
You don't see
see that
overtakes there.
move happen. Yeah, exactly.
But at that point now, Medj is going for podium.
Medj is
PM
going for
audio,
P2, if anything.
George, I can't fix, unfortunately.
If anything, it could be a 1-2 for Alpine because,
It
of course,
could
look
be.
at the gap between Sem and Danko. It's 3 seconds. Medj just needs to get past Sem and then gain a few tenths per lap to Danko, and we could be seeing a 1-2 between the Alpine drivers, with now us entering onto the 3rd lap of the race. Jordan is somewhat sailing away with it. Danko is keeping there on those medium tyres. So fair play to him. There's
yeah, never
Inyo.
mind. Yeah, he's
Has
retiring the pit lane.
pitted and retired.
I thought that was
So
on track for a
unfortunate
sec.
because he was doing so well.
Yeah.
He was on for a podium as
Danko's
Danko.
gone for the overtake as Medj as well in towards Lacombe chicane, DRS open. It's currently a provisional 1-3, but that could drop down to a 1-2 because of the penalty. And at the moment,
Yeah, I mean,
it is currently a 1-2.
we never know with warnings. I'm just gonna give it one quick check. Danko only has 3 warnings, so we never know. We might see Danko try get one of them removed and take a race win.
So,
Because of course,
I don't know what
if he's
lap
still
was
P1
on.
right now. What, the penalty? Of
No.
Danko?
I swear he got a warning. Who cut across the chicane, the Lacombe chicane, and lost position?
Yeah,
I
that
swear
was
it was
Danko.
Danko. Did he get a warning for
Yeah.
that?
If
I
it
don't
was
remember
lap
what lap it was.
5, yes.
I think it might have been.
Yeah, he
But I
got
don't
a
think it
warning
was
in
that
lap
chicane.
5, lap 11, and lap 12. That is where he's had the warning so far. As Farheim picks up a time penalty 2. That's actually 6 now, I believe. Yeah, the first driver to now be on 6 seconds penalties as we enter the 2nd final lap. And Danko is leading the way. Jordan is within the 3 seconds. Medj is within the 3 seconds. So right now, it's going to be an Alpine 1-2 with then Danko P3 because of this time penalty. But Sem, Sem has to do a miracle here to catch up and try get a podium. But right now, it's looking nice for Sem in P4. But then, out of nowhere, look who's in P5. His
Jesler.
championship rival, Jesler. There's Jordan going past again, up into the lead of the race. I imagine we're going to see some battling on the final lap because I think Danko will try get one of his warnings removed, and then, of course, if he's battling with Jordan and he takes the win on track, he might try get a warning removed, and he might try take the win of the round 8 in F8.
Yeah, it's possible, but you need to be careful. You also need your race director for something like that, and you also have to show that you didn't get any more warnings in that lap.
Yeah, that is true. As just trying to see any battles throughout the field. There's an interesting battle. P6 to P9 is a DRS
I think
chain,
it's a better
which we
battle
haven't
I'm
saw.
focusing on now. Sem
At the
and
front.
Jesler.
Oh, the championship rivals. Fair enough. That's. These two have been battling out the whole entire season. They're currently 1-2 as Jimmy has left the session. Of course,
He was already
retired
out.
in the pit lane as we enter onto the final lap of the race. And Jordan leads the way, but Dankos is there, and he will look for the move, I imagine. He is not going to hold back.
I'm wondering, will Medj get DRS on the final lap for the Camel Straight?
He's
It's currently a
pushing.
10th off.
No.
He hasn't got it, unfortunately. Not
here goes
at that
Stankos.
time, but Danko is gonna go for it. He's gonna try this on track. It's gonna be better than anything. It may not be a win on the penalties, but on track, you at least say you crossed the line first, and that's one thing you want to remember. As Jesler is ahead now of Sam into the woods breaking point, and he's held onto it into the little compass chicane on the exit. Has he held on fully? He has in towards Raj. Jesler's up into P4 and he's now outscoring Sam and going to extend his championship lead so far. Still 3/10 between the pair of them. Sam only boxing one lap earlier for the hards, but those mediums, even though the Deg should be more than the hards, it seems like he's got better pace. It just seems like he's got the better pace.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because, I mean, it's Spa, and the tyres normally don't last long, but the track is so long. The track is, what, a minute 46 long, roughly, in the race. So yeah, it's interesting to see tyre strategies. However, we've got to go back to the front where going around the bus stop chicane is going to be Danko, but it's going to be Danko to win across the line, but it's going to be an Alpine 1-2. There's actually a fight between Jesler and Sem on the final corner, and they're going to go side by side across the line, and
Jesler
Jesler
gets
beats
it
him.
by only a
So,
tenth of a second. Lynx scores points.
wait,
For the
Lynx
first
has
time
gotten
this
some
season, his
points.
best result now is a 7th place. It was previously a 14th place. He's gotten
As
those
Wesley
points.
gets points too.
Wesley as well. What did I say before we got into the race? That both of them may score points. But not
As, I mean,
a bad race, I would say.
this was a massive race. I think this is the first time, I might be wrong, but I think this is the first time we have saw a 1-2 in a team this season in F8.
I want
I
to
don't
say
think we saw
yes.
1-2 yet. It's there as the Swedish flag, and it'll actually represent both of the Alpine drivers. As
It's not
both
even an Alpine 1-2, a Swedish 1-2.
Swedish, yeah. And Jordan keeps fastest lap too, so he's going to take home an extra point, I believe, for that,
They're going
right?
to take home the full points.
Oh yeah, because Mitch got pole position too. Wow, so Alpine take
We don't
every
get
single
points for pole.
point. Oh, sorry. I mean, the fastest lap anyway. They got
Close
fastest lap,
enough.
pole position, and a 1-2. They take every single possible thing this weekend, the Alpine drivers. So, congrats to
Definitely.
Jordan and Medj, clearly showing some dominant racing. As Stanko, a reserve driver, by the way, I have to
P3,
stress that. A
not
reserve
bad.
driver, P3. Jesler, P14 to P4.
Yeah,
We were not sure if he was going to do
driver of the
well
day, 100%.
from the wet qualifying. Yeah, with Sam
I think he had a
P5,
dry setup.
I think he did probably with Sam P5. I'm just trying to scroll through quickly. Jakub
Yeah,
P6,
that's him.
Link scoring his first points in F8, and then you've got Owesi, Alpha Gully, Furheim, Nick, Wessel, Stelius, Abel, and then you've got the DNF drivers of Nerazinho, Jimmy, and Felix, all at the back, of course, like I said, who all DNF'd. It's unfortunate for Nerazinho because he could have been battling for P4 at least. With Sem and Jesler, it would be a P4, 5, and 6 battle. Those three, I would imagine. If